Hello duelists, Mero here, and today I want to talk to you guys about the crawlers. So if you've been following my channel, you know that the crawlers are one of the link archetypes that I'm really hyped about, and it's the second link deck that I've really tried after Cybers. So I basically just made a crawlers deck and tried it out, played around with it on YGO Pro, and I want to share my thoughts with you guys. So this is gonna be my first deck profile / discussion video, and before I start I just want to clarify that even though I take this game and what happens to Yu-Gi-Oh really seriously, in the end I'm still much more of a casual player and collector as compared to a competitive meta player. So I don't expect my deck profiles to be like amazing, to be like even good or competitively viable. They are more of just a way for me to share with you guys what I've been up to, what I've been playing and experimenting with lately. Just sharing with you guys some ideas of like some tech cards, some fun combos and stuff we can do with the decks. And hope that you guys can share some of your ideas about the decks with me as well. So instead of being like one-off solutions or like one-off recipes, I hope that my deck profiles are gonna be like works in progress. So this is my first crawler deck profile, but like after sharing it with you guys and maybe hearing the feedback that you guys have and continuing to play crawlers, experimenting with different cards as more support cards come out, I'll continue to update this deck profile and come out with new crawler deck profiles and push the deck closer to perfect completion and make it a much more stronger deck in general. So with that, let's get right into this deck discussion. So first of all, based on my plays with crawlers, I have to say that the deck is pretty weak compared to the other archetypes in the game at the moment. And if your field setup is wrong, it can be a really slow deck as well. So I read online that some people are also kind of comparing the crawlers to the Subterras. And yeah, I would have to agree and say that the crawlers are actually just like a worse branch of the Subterras. So after my experience with the crawlers, I would say that there are two main ways to play the crawlers, and I call them the first way is the survive, stall, swarm way, and the second way is the survive, one-shot way. The one I've been mainly trying and experimenting with is the triple S one, survive, stall, swarm. So basically, I think this is the typical intended way for crawlers to be played. So basically, it's very slow, it's very stall, and it's very resource control heavy. So you want to like sort of juggle your focus. On one hand, you want to use your crawler's flip effects, especially those of Exxon and Spine, in order to smash the opponent's field, prevent him from getting too much resources and too much of an advantage, while at the same time slowly swarming, accumulating the amount of resources you have and getting as much crawlers as possible in order to try and get that 6 crawler combo with X crawler Qualiak. On the other hand, the survive one-shot technique, basically, I haven't tried this playstyle yet, but it's just something I conceived. So basically, the whole deck's focus is on trying to get 6 crawlers on the field. So it's all about surviving and preventing your opponent from even attacking and cutting down and reducing your field and inflicting damage to you, while you keep on spamming crawlers, getting as much crawlers out as possible, link summoning as much as possible, filling your grave with all those crawlers, X-Crawler, Qualiak, and the other X-Crawlers, and then going for a soul charge, get all of them out on the field in one shot, and then just blasting the opponent. Because the interesting thing about crawlers is that they are a swarm that doesn't need to continuously build, so it's not like you get one crawler and you move to 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, although that's the playstyle you would use in the survive, stall, swarm method. But for the survive one-shot method, it's more of like, you want to keep on recycling your crawlers, because each X-Crawler, when it leaves the field by the opponent's card effect or is destroyed by battle, you get 2 of your free crawlers back. So technically, it's a continuously recyclable resource. So you can keep on using that cycle to keep on getting X-Crawlers to the grave until you have enough to pull off your soul charge. So you don't actually need to build up 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. You can go like 1, 2, then link summon, 1, 2, link summon, 1, 2, link summon, 1, 2, and then once you have enough in the grave, go for the 6. And then beat down the opponent with that 6 continuous, unnegatable, unblockable, uncounterable direct attacks. But that's just an idea for how are the 2 ways you can play the crawler deck. So, talking about the sort of dynamics the crawler deck currently has with some of the other decks out there, I played with a lot of Trickstars recently, and I think I only managed to win 1 duel. Crawlers are really bad against Trickstars, because I think they are both similarly stall decks, but Trickstars, they are more solid, they are more fleshed out, so they are the ones who are able to make the most out of the stall. And I did play against Cybers, but it did turn out to be quite a fair, like quite a fun match. It was really back and forth. I would counter him, he would counter me, I would counter him, he would counter me. So in that sense, I think that crawlers are generally good for to deal with slower combo-based moderate speed decks who also must build up their resources and get big combos to like get their big plays out. So I think that's sort of the best matchup crawlers can have. Then crawlers will be bad against the really full, extremely powerful stall decks like Trickster, and also the more competitive meta type of really fast, aggressive, powerful decks. Because crawlers, naturally their monsters are quite weak and kind of slow without the proper setup, so they can't really match that pace or that power. So I would say they are quite an unfavorable deck to use in the competitive scene. So talking about some of the tech cards for crawlers. So out of the main crawlers, I did run like mostly 2 to 3 copies of most of them, but I took out Crawler Renvir, which is the one where if it flips you can take up to 2 crawlers from your grave to your hand, which I found that I wasn't really using him that often because the duel never really lasted long enough for me to have to use it. As for other monsters, of course you need World Legacy World Armor, that is like the saving grace crawler support, you really need that 2.5k. And then there's Doom Dozer, which is great for an insect deck, gives you more power. And Blast End or React End, which is a great way of dealing effective damage to the opponent, and it really is really useful in the crawler deck because your crawlers are so weak that your opportunities for inflicting damage to your opponent by battle are really minimal, and the opportunities tend to close very fast as well. So it's best if you have other options in order to inflict damage to the opponent. As for the extra deck monsters, other than the 3x crawlers, I would say Mrs. Radiant is a great support card. And a really important support card is Subterra Behemoth Apparition, which at first I ignored this card, but after that I realized it was like just general flip support. It needs 2 flip monsters to link summon, and its effect is really great as an engine to help you get cards out of your deck into your grave, both into your grave and into your hand and onto the field as well. And there's a great synergy with all. I think it will have great synergy with any flip deck in general. So I think yeah, that's all for the extra deck. So talking about the spells and traps, of course for the spell you need the field spell, that's indispensable. And then I added Verdant Sanctuary because all the crawler monsters are the same level 2, and it also goes well with Doom Dozer. After Doom Dozer dies, you can pull another Doom Dozer as well. Because Terraforming, Scapegoat, good for survivability, especially in a weak and slow deck like this. And since the sheep tokens are Earth attribute, you can use them as material for Mrs. Radiant. And then there's some random tech I thought of putting in are like Book of Eclipse and Battle for the World Legacies. They both sort of contribute to survivability by either like preventing your opponent from attacking or removing your attack targets from the field. And there's also one magic card, Wormbait, which it goes quite well with the crawler deck because Wormbait once activated prevents you from summoning level 3 or level 4 monsters, but since all the crawlers are either level 2 or link monsters, this card works great to get extra link material on the field in order to get out and link summon your X-Crawlers. As for the traps, you definitely need World Legacy Puppet, super useful continuous trap just for the Crawlers deck. You need it, by using its effect, you can set a crawler and then flip it on the same turn you set it in order to trigger its effect straight away. At the same time, if an opponent tries to get rid of your crawler with face down removal, you can use the effect to flip it up before it's removed so that you get the free 2 crawlers off as well. And also, if on the opponent's turn or on your next turn, you can use it to re-flip down your already flipped crawlers in order to reuse their effects. So great utility in that sense. Other than that, some other tech cards. There's All Out Attacks, which allows you to immediately trigger all of the flip effects of crawler monsters that you set. I have been experimenting with it, but it actually hasn't been turning out to be that great because I also don't like having my crawlers in attack position monsters. So this is a card that I will potentially remove from the beta deck that I'm testing and probably replace it with another card in the future. So other cards, there's also like Spider Egg. Spider Egg's a really interesting choice once you have enough crawlers in your field. It's a really great way for survivability, defense, and getting link materials as well. And finally, a brand new trap card that debuted in Circuit Break, Shutline. I've been experimenting with I've been experimenting with Shutline a lot recently and like putting it in like almost any deck because it's a free negate if you can guess which column the opponent's trying to like activate an effect in. So it's really interesting. Of course, you can always put it in like the link column so that if you know that your opponent's coming at you with a strong link monster, you can use it. You can set it there in preparation to beat the link monster. But I think it's a lot more interesting and dynamic when you use it to try and get around your opponent's spell and trap cards. So definitely looking forward to trying out this card and showing you guys some awesome plays with the trap card Shutline in the future. So I think it's really cool that Konami's making more cards like this, especially in conjunction with the upcoming deck build pack Spirit Warriors, which has a lot of like positioning based cards, because in this new link format they are really trying to push to make the most of this potential of this mechanic of positioning and how the zone where you put a card or a monster could actually affect the flow of the battle. So with that, I think I'm just gonna show you guys for a short while my whole deck list right here for reference in case you guys want to see it. But it's definitely not that great yet. Definitely open to suggestions, and also feel free to give me any feedback on how I can improve these deck discussion and profile videos and make them more entertaining for you guys in the future. So with that, before I end off, I just hope you guys enjoyed the video. Do like and subscribe for future deck profiles and other Yu-Gi-Oh videos such as Yu-Gi-Oh openings. That's my specialty right now. And tomorrow, we'll actually be opening the Yu-Gi-Oh OCG deck build pack Spirit Warriors, where three new archetypes will be debuting. The Legacy support for 6 Samurai, the Shadow 6 Samurai, the new Weatheries, and the Magic Bullet archetypes. So hope you guys look forward to that. And with that, hope to see you guys in the next Yu-Gi-Oh video.
Let's access the spinning, swirling data storm, and with the wind our hearts are made to the